see. Right, so one of my things for 2024 is to actually play a bunch of my games. I went through my collection, finally updated my collection in BGG.com, and it looks like I have 588 or so base board games. That's not including expansions. So since I can't really leave the house due to reasons, I will go ahead and start really soloing games. And I need to come back with that metric, but I think I've only played about maybe 1/5, 1/4 of my game. So we'll start knocking a hole in that though. Starting with, well, I mean, not starting with, but here we go with Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition today. Hopefully I'll play it today too. Printed up these quick rules. Hopefully that can get me through. And then let's compare this to the whole rules. Right. All right. By Jacob Frixilius, Nick Little, and Sydney Engelstein. And I actually interviewed the Frixilius guys, the brothers, but there's really 11 or 7 of them that game design. But I interviewed them at Gen Con. Check that video out when they dropped the Terraforming Mars, the dice game. Now the thing about this game is the Frix Games, they didn't really design the game really. They just kind of licensed it. I mean, over the Stronghold. The Stronghold guys really made this game. But some people don't prefer the Ares Expedition. Some people do. Some people don't like the dice game. Some people do. But I think pretty much just about everybody likes the OG Terraforming Mars. But some people say, it can take too long. And there's now 3 expansions of this, I think. Hopefully I'll grab them after I play the game for real. But in this time of unprecedented prosperity and advancement for humankind, we're finally ready to expand beyond what once were considered our limits and make a new home among the stars. Ares Expedition is a card game where you take control of an interplanetary corporation with the mission to make Mars habitable. Will you lead humanity's new era? Choose actions: invest, research, or produce. Okay, so only 3 actions. Invest, research, or produce. See, okay, that's research. Invest, research, or produce. Produce, development, construction. Okay, 2, play cards, your corporation, your strategy. 3, terraform Mars. How will you make the planet livable? Included 1 game board, over 200 unique project cards, over 200 cubes and tokens, 4 player boards, rules, and quick start guide. All right, and then it does say 1 to 4, right? 1 to 4. I see they have a lot of solo variants on BGG.com. That's pretty clever. Gone, Sean, clever. Oh man, okay. They do have a quick start guide. All right, not bad. It looks a lot like this one, right? I mean, matter of fact, I got the feeling this will be better though. Okay, got the yeah. So they made this game kind of to be like Race for the Galaxy, and I'm kind of seeing that right now. Okay, here goes the Mars tiles. Been sitting on this thing for over a year. I need to play these games instead of just having them. Okay, got the Mars tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 9 tiles. The temp, the water, all that good stuff. VP track. Your money, heat, plants. I forget what that is. Whatever. Yeah. Good old Terraforming Mars cubes. Player cubes. Gold, copper, silver. Dividers. Quick reference. Player aid. And the 3 stacks of cards. All right, yeah, let's go through these quick start rules and then the other ones. All right, the quick start guide is designed to let you jump right into playing Ares Expedition. If you're familiar with Terraforming Mars, you will recognize most of the icons and terminology. If you have questions not answered by this guide, you should consult the rulebook. Page numbers in this guide refer to the corresponding sections in the rulebook. Similarities to Terraforming Mars. You're a corporation that is building cars which cost mega credits. You advance terraforming parameters by raising the temperature and oxygen or flipping oceans. And each time you advance a parameter, then you gain 1 terraforming rating. Okay, flipping the water. I mean, was it always flipping the water, or before you just placed the water, but now it looks like you're flipping the water? I mean, unless I got that messed up, but I think now you're flipping water instead of just placing the tiles. That's cool. Flipping over oceans, and each time you advance a parameter, you gain 1 terraforming rating. There are 3 resources: heat, plants, and MC. Mega credits. Green project cards help you to produce these resources. You will also produce MC equal to your terraforming rating. You use a player board to track your resources as well as how much of each you produce during the production phase. Blue project cards give you actions and effects, and red project cards are events. All cards can have tags, which are referenced on other cards for effects or VP. The game ends when the oxygen and temp tracks are at their maxes and all the ocean tiles have been flipped. Yeah, let me go ahead and, you know what I do. Tracks, oxygen and temp at their max. All ocean tiles have been flipped. All right, differences from Terraforming Mars. The game is played in rounds. There are 5 different phases, but only the phases that players select are resolved each round. Yep, just like freaking Race for the Galaxy. Only phases that players select are resolved for each round. I still got to play that 3rd Race for the Galaxy, the big box board game you won. You won't be able to build cars or produce each round. Okay, you don't place tiles on the board. It is used only to track parameters and terraforming rating. Instead, you gain forest VP tokens to your play area. Gain forest VP tokens to your play area. And flip oceans to gain the reward shown on the track. Steps and phases are resolved simultaneously. In order to keep the game moving swiftly, make sure all players are resolving the steps and phases at the same time. When a parameter is maxed, all players can continue to gain TR by increasing the parameters only in the phase it was maxed. When the last ocean is flipped, players can continue to flip oceans in that phase and only in that phase to receive the last ocean's reward to gain 1 terraform rating. You don't pay to take project cards into your hand, but you can discard project cards at any time for 3 MC each. Don't pay. Say project cards in hand. Steel and titanium aren't physical resources. Instead, they discount the cost of playing cards with their associated tags. There are no energy resources or city tiles. Aren't physical resources. Instead, they discount the cost of playing cards with their associated tags. What? Steel and titanium. Steel, titanium, the money. Alright, whatever. Production cards aren't tied to the number of a certain tag you have are updated whenever you play more of that tag instead of only counting the tags you had when you played the card. Alright, quick setup. Lay the components out on the table, set the board in the middle of the table, and randomly place all the ocean tiles with the orange side on the spaces in the middle of the board. Give each player a player board. And the following components in their player color: 5 phase cards, player color on the card back, and 13 cubes. Each player places one of these cubes on each of the 0 spaces on their player board. Start each player at 5 Terraform rating. Deal 2 corporation cards, keep 1. And 8 project cards, keep all. Don't worry about shuffling for your first game, as the project cards come pre-shuffled. Note: for an easier introductory game, give each player one of the corporations with a star by the card number. Also, find the 16 green, discard, blah, blah, blah. Gain the starting resources from the chosen corporation card. Note: for a full component list, component anatomy, and setup instructions, see page 3 through 9 on the rulebook. And let's see what year the game was made, though. Okay, 2021, yeah. I mean, not been out that long, but... Alright, gameplay. The game is played over the course of several rounds, in each step and phase. Players play simultaneously. Each round is divided into 3 steps: planning step, resolve phases step, end step, planning step. Page 10. Each player simultaneously chooses a phase card from their hand and places it face down. A player is not allowed to pick the same phase 2 rounds in a row. Leave out the last phase card you chose while choosing the new one. After revealing the chosen phase card for this round, return the phase card you chose from the previous round to your hand. Once all players have done this, the chosen phase cards are revealed. These cards determine which phases are resolved this round. For each phase that was chosen for this round, flip the associated phase tracking token face up. Yeah. Okay, resolve phase, page 11. During this step, players resolve the phases that were chosen during the planning step. The chosen phases are always resolved in the following order: 1 development, 2 construction, 3 action, 4 production, 5 research. All players resolve each of the chosen phases, and only the chosen phases, once in the round. You will receive a bonus during the phase you chose this round, which is listed at the bottom of the card. Okay, bet. Okay, development phase, page 11. During this phase, each player may play 1 green project card from their hand by paying its cost. Bonus: if you chose this phase, the cost of the card is reduced by 3 mega credits. 2 construction. During this phase, each player may play 1 blue or 1 red project card from their hand by paying its resources. Bonus: if you chose this phase, you can either draw a card before or after playing a card this phase, or you may play an additional blue or red card this phase. Playing project cards, 12. To play a card, you must pay its MC. You must meet a card's requirements to play it. If those requirements are related to global parameters, they need to have met those at the start of the phase. A reminder: you must discard project cards in hand for 3 MC at any time. You can... Yeah, so steel and titanium. Each steel reduces the cost to play cards with the building tag by 2. In titanium, space tag by 3. Okay, action phase. Each player may resolve an action, a red arrow action ability, on each of their cards and play once. Each player may resolve any number of standard actions written on their player board any number of times. Each player, any number of standard actions, any number of times. Bonus: if you chose this phase, you may resolve the action ability on one of your cards and play and additional time. Important rule: at the end of the action phase, if you're able to spend heat or plants for standard action, you must do so as many times as you can, unless the associated terraforming parameter has already been raised to its maximum. You must do so as many times as you can. You must do so. You must do so? I thought you could collect the heat. If you're able to. Heat or plants. Okay, I thought you used to could save them if you want to. All right, production. During this phase, each player collects mega credits equal to their terraform rating and resources equal to the production on their green cards and corp cards, which is tracked on their player board. Production appears in the orange box in the lower left-hand corner of the green cards. Bonus: if you chose this phase, gain 4 MC. 5 research phase. Phase 15, each player draws 2 project cards, keeps 1 and discards the other. Bonus: if you chose this phase, you draw 3 additional cards and keep 1 additional, meaning in total you draw 5 and keep 2. Okay. Yeah, let's just write that. Draw 5, keep 2. Alright, if at any point a player needs to draw a project card and the project card deck is empty, shuffle all the discarded project cards together to form a new project card deck. During this step, each player discards down to 10 cards in hand. For each card discarded this way, that player gains 3 MC as normal. Flip all the phase tracker tokens so that the closed door side is up and start the next round. Alright, end of the game, page 16. The end of the game is triggered when all 3 of the following are true. All 9 ocean tiles are flipped face up. The temp is at +8 Celsius. Thumbnail maybe? I don't know. Alright, yeah, Aries Expedition, but +8, starting over there. +8 starts at -30. Oxygen at 14% from 0. And all 9 ocean tiles flip face up. Alright, once this happens, players finish the current phase and then proceed to final scoring. For example, if all of the global parameters are capped during the construction phase and the action and production phases were also chosen for this game, the game does not continue to the action or production. If the game ends during the action phase, players will likely want to convert all of their cards in hand to MC into a standard action to gain them TR. Alright, final scoring, page 16. Players score VP for the following things: 1 VP per TR, 1 VP for Forest VP token. VP equal to what is printed on the project cards they played, including cards that have variable VP denoted by an asterisk. The player with the highest total VP wins the game. In the event of a tie, the tie player with the most remaining heat, MC and all that. 2-player, okay, solo mode, page 19. Create a dummy hand of 5 phase cards. Place another player's cube at 1 on the TR track. Play a phase card from the dummy hand each round without the bonus. When all 5 cards have been played from the dummy hand, shuffle it and advance the dummy cube on the TR track. Also advance temperature and oxygen 2 steps. Yeah, let's highlight. Create a dummy hand of 5 phase cards. Place another player's cube on the 1 at the TR track. Play a phase card from the dummy's hand each round without the bonus. When all 5 cards have been played from the dummy hand, shuffle it and advance the dummy cube on the TR track. When all 5 cards have been played from the dummy hand, shuffle it. Shuffle it. Advance dummy cube on TR track. Also advance tip and oxygen 2 steps. Advance temp or oxygen. Or oxygen, not both. Or oxygen 2 steps. Or 1 step advanced without gaining TR. Or 1 step advanced without gaining TR or taking force VP tokens. Expert level doesn't have this bonus. Once a dummy cube reaches 5, arrange the dummy hand in the order you want for the final 5 rounds. Once the dummy cube reaches 5, arrange the dummy hand in order you want for the final 5 rounds. The game ends after the 25th round. You win if all the parameters have been completed. Okay. All right, that might have even been better than what BGG wrote. I don't know. But let's run through that real fast and then maybe the cards. Introduction: players take the role of corporations competing to make Mars habitable. They do this by acquiring and delivering projects and producing resources and by improving their terraforming rating. Game end in gold. The game ends when oxygen is at 14% and there are 9 oceans and temp at 8 Celsius. After final scoring, the player with the most VP is the winner. Place the game board in the middle of the table. Place the 5 tracking tokens 1 through 5 next to the game board with the closed door side up. All right, get to know what I'm looking at. Oh, closed door side up. Okay. Yeah, okay, got it. Place all 24 forest VP tokens, value 1 and 5, and all 100 copper, 24 silver, 24 gold cubes next to the game board. Take the 2 clear cubes, place 1 at the 30 Celsius and 1 at the 0 oxygen. Have players choose a color, red, yellow, green, blue. A player board, 13 cubes of their color. Each player places 1 cube on the 0. I think I like this. This is a little more. I think this is a tad more detailed. Really just going over the whole thing instead of just a quick thing. Yeah. Of course, to play the game is played over a course of several rounds. Each round consists of 3 steps: planning, resolve phases, end of round. On each step and phase, players play simultaneously. Not all phases will happen every round. Each round will always start with the planning step, in which players will determine which phases will occur that round. Playing steps simultaneously, each player chooses a phase card from their hand and places it face down in front of them. From the second round, players will place this card at a 90-degree angle on top of the last phase card as they choose to remind them. After revealing the played phase, players will return the phase cards which they chose from the previous round to the hand. Once all players have done this, the chosen phase cards are revealed. These cards determine which phases are resolved for each round. Resolved phases, whatever. Card anatomy, project name, project cost in MC. Prereqs is 3. Prereqs right there. Top left. Tags, they have no immediate effect but can be referenced by other cards. 4 is the tags. 4 is the tags in the left side. Type of card: active, blue, triggered or need an action in the action phase. Automated, green, resources gain in production or discounts. Red, event, immediate, one-time deals. Active, automated, green, and red, event. Effects: blue cards only. Purple, triggered when criteria met, potentially multiple times. Production, green cards only. Oh, like I'm looking at the wrong thing right there. That's that we're looking at. Type of card. And then production, brown. Green cards only. Materials the card produces during production. Capability, green cards only. Card has steel or titanium capabilities. Action, icons representing the action of the card used during the action phase. Active phases, the phases within which the card can be used, 1 through 5. Active phases, that's 10. 10 right there, active phases. A small number right there on top of that bottom left. Ability may include a check, and that's additional prereqs must be met to play the card. Zap equals immediate effect of playing the card. VP, points value at the game end. 12 right there, 2 VP. All right, construction. During this phase, you may play 1 blue or 1 red project card from hand by paying its cost. 3 actions. Spend 8 plants to gain a force VP and raise the oxygen. Spend 20 MC to gain a force VP and raise the oxygen 1 step. Spend 8 heat to raise the temp 1 step. Spend 14 MC to raise the temp 1 step. Spend 15 MC to flip an ocean tile. End of the round. Alright, so then go into the solo. Alright, BRB. Right, let's flip through some of these cards and get to playing while the playing is good. Got the phase cards for the hands. Development. Each player may play 1 green project card. Pay 3 less MC for the card you play this round. I mean this phase. If you played the development card back, blue instead of red. I guess this is for the blue player. This is for the orange player, green player. Okay, construction. Each player may play 1 blue or red card. Bonus, if you play this card, draw a card or play an additional bonus blue or red card this phase. Action, each player activates any action effects in standard actions. You may activate 1 action an additional time. Production, each player gains heat, plants, and draws cards according to their production. They also gain mega credits equal to their production and terraform rating. Bonus for playing this card, gain 4 mega credits and 5 research. All players draw 2 cards and keep 1. But bonus for playing this one, draw an additional 3 cards and keep an additional card. Draw 5, keep 2. Alright, it's green. Take it, this is yellow. Yep. And this will be red. Yeah. Alright, Helium. Got a steel, no. Uranium, titanium. That's the prerequisite, I think. 28 credit cost. Whatever that is. You start with 3 heat production and... Oh, this is the corp. Okay. This is the corp. Okay, you start with 3 heat production and 28 MC. Effect 1 through 3 phase. You may use heat as MC. You may not use MC as heat. Eco line. Interplanetary cinematics. Terractor. Credit core. Inventrix. Doorgate. Mining Guild, Saturn Systems, Phobolog, UN, Mars Initiative, Tharsis Republic. Okay. Acquired company, 11 cost. Building, Earth. During a production phase, draw a card. Phase 5. Artificial photosynthesis, asteroid mining consortium. Coal imports during the production phase, this produces 3 heat. Economic growth during the production phase, this produces 3 MC. Great Escarpment Consortium. Import of advanced GHG. during production phase. This produces 2 heat. Industrial farming, lichen. During the production phase, this produces 1 plant. Microprocessors, new portfolios. Yeah, but I'm just noticing this isn't using the actual photos of real people. Nitrophilic moss, soil warming, space heaters, sponsors, trading post, water import from Europa, steel works, GHG producing bacteria, requires red oxygen or higher. Action, add 1 micro to this card or remove 2 micros to raise temp 1 step. Nice. Media group, greenhouses, satellites, ironworks, herbivores, smelting, tropical resort, Lagrange Observatory, draw a card. That's a action card. Event card. Industrial microbes, Moho area, giant ice asteroid, Mars University, volcanic pools, recycled, detritus, effect when you play, and whatever card, draw 2 cards. Archaeobacteria, mine, think tank, energy storage, Noctis farming, subterranean reservoir, crater, rad suits, deep well heating, restructure resources, heather, sweetheart, investment loan, Noctis City Bank, trapped heat, EOS, Chasma National Park, bushes. Man, this is why I like growing nails. Our release of inert gases, Callisto, penal mines, matter manufacturing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm gonna end this video before 33 minutes, but we'll just go through them a little bit more, and then I'll abruptly end this video. Ice cap marketing, imported hydrogen, lightning harvest, insects, technology, deconstruction, moss, in the card back. Okay. Interns, robot interns. What would I do to those robot interns? Advanced screening tech. There is a pool tab. All right, let me get on out of here before this video goes into another video. All right. Oh, yeah. Tuvok.